Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is still your one and only 24/7 news buzz. We are here to bring you another fresh update concerning the IPOB. And this time we are going to talk about the latest conflict between IPOB, ESN, the Eastern Security Network, and the Zoo government military that happened this morning. But before we proceed, please subscribe, like and share this video, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you will be the first to receive our updates. So moving further to the news, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has strongly condemned the recent clash between operatives of its security arm, the Eastern Security Network, ESN, and the troops of the Zoo government in the southeast, describing the incident as yet another evidence of the Zoo government's relentless conflict against Biafrans. According to multiple reports, the confrontation, which occurred in a rural community in Imo State on Monday, left several people died and sparking panic among residents who fled their homes to escape the heavy gunfire exchange. Military sources claim that the operation was targeted at criminal elements allegedly masquerading as ESN operatives, but IPOB has dismissed the official account as fabricated propaganda designed to justify state-sponsored bias. In a strongly worded statement signed by its spokesperson, Emma Powerful, IPOB accused the Zoo army of deliberately escalating insecurity in the southeast through extrajudicial bias and destruction of properties under the guise of fighting separatists. The pro-Biafra movement alleged that while heavily armed individuals operate freely in the northern part of the Zoo nation without military harassment, the southeast has been turned into a militarized zone where innocent civilians are constantly targeted. The Zoo Nation Army has once again committed what we call a very wicked act in Biafran land by attacking ESN operatives who are only mandated to protect our ancestral lands from marauding Fulani herdsmen. The shameless military, instead of confronting individuals who cause havoc and mayhem in the northern part, has resorted to eyeing their own citizens in the east. This is proof that the insecurity in our region is deliberately orchestrated. The statement read in part. The group further insisted that the ESN is not a criminal gang, but a self-defense outfit formed to safeguard rural communities that have suffered years of herdsmen invasion, farm destruction, and abduction. IPOB stressed that the Zoo government's hostility towards ESN refused a broader agenda to weaken the southeast and oppress the call for self-determination. Eyewitnesses in the affected community recounted harrowing scenes as military helicopters hovered above, while ground troops engaged in conflicts believed to involve ESN operatives. Many villagers fled inside nearby bushes, abandoning their farmlands and belongings. Local leaders have since called for restraint and dialogue, warning that continued militarization could worsen insecurity in the region. Meanwhile, human rights organizations are raising concerns about reports of indiscriminate arrests and alleged destroying of houses by the Zoo government army during the operation. They have called for an independent investigation into the incident to establish the true sequence of events and hold perpetrators accountable. IPOB, however, vowed that the sacrifices of ESN operatives would not be in vain, warning that the clash will only deepen the resolve of Biafrans to continue their push for self-determination. Let it be known to the world that no amount of intimidation, buying, or propaganda will stop our march to freedom. The blood of our fallen heroes will continue to water the tree of Biafra restoration, the group declared. As tension continues to grip the southeast, observers warn that unless the Zoo government addresses the root cause of the crisis, including widespread feelings of political marginalization, economic neglect, and alleged ethnic targeting, clashes between security forces and separatist groups may become even more frequently and worse. The latest confrontation adds to the growing list of incidents in the region, raising fears of further destabilization and deepening the trust between the Zoo government and the communities in the southeast. In response to the IPOB accusation, The Zoo government armed force have noted with concern the statements issued by the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB) following the recent security operation in Imo State, which unfortunately resulted in the lives of people. While we regret any civilian discomfort or displacement caused by the incident, it is important to set the record straight regarding the circumstances of the operation and the role of the military in ensuring national security. Contrary to IPOB's claims of deliberate conflict against Biafrans, the operation conducted in the affected community was targeted mission against individuals who have continued to terrorize innocent citizens under the guise of being operatives of the so-called Eastern Security Network (ESN). Intelligence reports had confirmed the presence of armed groups in the area responsible for abductions, extortions, attacks on security personnel, and destruction of public infrastructure. The Zoo Army, acting within its constitutional mandate, moved to dismantle these criminal camps in order to restore peace and security to the government. At no point was the operation directed against law-abiding citizens of the Southeast or any ethnic group. It must be emphasized that the armed forces of the Zoo government do not operate on the basis of ethnicity or religion. Our commitment is to protect every Zoo individual regardless of region. The attempt by IPOB to portray ESN as a community defense outfit is misleading and deceptive. Overwhelming evidence and numerous security reports confirm that ESN operatives has been involved in acts of violence, including attacks on security personnel, enforcement of illegal sit-at-home orders, and intimidations of residents. Such actions are criminal and cannot be condoned under any guise of self-determination. The Zoo government military categorically rejects IPOB's characterization of the operation. This is an irresponsible and inflammatory statement aimed to inciting further unrest in the region. Security forces exercises the highest level of restraint during operations and are guided by strict rules of engagement. Any allegations of human rights abuses will be thoroughly investigated and appropriate action will be taken where necessary. We therefore call on the members of the public to disregard IPOB's propaganda and cooperate with the security agencies to ensure peace returns to the Southeast. The Zoo government armed forces remain resolute in their mission to protect lives and properties, and we will not relent until criminal elements masquerading in freedom fighters are brought to justice. Finally, we urge community leaders, traditional rulers, and stakeholders in Southeast to join hands with the Zoo government and security agencies in addressing insecurity rather than providing cover for groups that thrive on violence and misinformation. Peace and development can only flourish in an atmosphere of law, order, and mutual trust. So my people, now here we will still end for now. We will be back shortly. But before then, do well to subscribe.